Yeah.
Welcome to 18 of Roving Slant.
We did it. We're here.
We did it. We've already accomplished it. We're out.
18. Episode 18. We, like you were saying, we got, 17, 16?
Yeah.
They're hanging out.
Yeah.
They're chilling.
Yeah, I didn't even upload those yet. So by the time you hear this, they'll all be uploaded. It's been a month.
Wait, yeah, we could have said that for any of them. By the time you're hearing this, it's uploaded.
Yeah, that's true. By the time you're listening to this, it has been. It's there.
Unless you found this on a hard drive after the nukes drop.
Yeah, that's true. It may not be uploaded.
That's true.
Maybe like the FBI that's stalking all of our stuff. Amazon to try to gauge customer marketing data to force us to buy shit.
But yeah, so you ever want to be swatted?
Swatted? Why would I ever want to be swatted? Why don't you tell me why you want to be swatted?
I just had this nightmare. All right, I had not really a nightmare. I was dreaming, I guess.
Yeah. And
we were doing the podcast, and I look outside, and I'm like, that's an unusual amount of people. And then I'm like, we should lay down on our backs or our stomachs or whatever. And then like the dream ended.
So that's really strange.
I put that together, and I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, we got swatted. It wasn't like in this room or in this office, though. That was the thing. So
where was it? Like at your house?
No, it was like a different. It was like a warehouse almost.
Oh my goodness! I wonder why your decision to like solve that problem would be, oh yeah, I'm just gonna lay down.
Well, that's what they have you do.
Oh
like,
really?
If you get swatted, right? Because they put you under arrest.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
So if you put your hands on your back and lay down, like you're not going to shoot them.
So you're like, if I just get on the ground now and surrender myself.
Preemptively.
Yeah. Preemptively. Before anyone says anything.
Yeah, they'll be like, get on the ground. Oh, he's cooperating.
This wasn't one of those dreams where it ends and you like look down and you don't have pants on or something. No. Right? No.
I didn't look down.
Oh.
See?
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have deja vus ever?
Deja vu? Yeah, quite often, I would say.
Isn't that weird?
I mean, I think it's weird, but from what I've heard, the understanding is that it is just your brain processing things faster or something like that. Like, it just, like, has a hiccup.
Okay, but I have a thing for you.
Okay. All right, you're going to pose an alternate.
No, this is... So, let me tell you how my deja vus work. It is me... I'm always miserable in the dream portion. Right?
Okay.
So I'll wake up and I'll be like, I did something really wrong. Like, I had one recently. I was on my way back from a job and I got a phone call, like, where the boss guy was like, he called me, I picked up, and he's like, get back here, you screwed up so much. And like, all this random junk happened. I got another phone call. It was all bad, okay? But it was down a road that I've never been on before in the dream. And it was recognizable voice of the person that I was working for. So it was like kind of a weird thing, like, oh man, I better not screw up that day or whatever happened there. So then come Friday, I'm on my way back from this job, okay? And all of a sudden it hits me. This exact scenario has happened in my brain before, but I don't get the phone call and I'm fine.
Yeah, maybe it's like alternate timelines.
This is what I think it is. The thing is that every time I have a deja vu, it is me failing at something completely. Like, I've had deja vus where I've tripped over like sidewalk edges, and then as I'm about to like walk to that same edge, I'm like, oh, and like I step over it. I kid you not, I have That's So Raven moments.
Dude, you have clairvoyance, dude. You can see into the future. That's what it is. Dude, I was reading this bizarre book. I don't even remember how I found it. I think it was in some random 4chan post. And this guy was like, oh yeah, this book really helped me like change my life or something. And I was looking up reviews for the book. I can't even remember the name of it. It's really obscure. So when I finish the 800 pages of it, I'll let you know. But it was... they were like, oh, I read The Power of Now, and that was really useful, but this book was even more useful than The Power of Now. And I was like, okay, so maybe it's some sort of, like, book about, like, making choices, living in the present, I don't know, something like that. And I started reading it, and it talks about this concept called, like, trans surfing. And, like, the idea is that at all times you can always choose your outcomes. And then it starts talking about how, like, your outcomes are all, like, these pipes, and the pipes are filled with water, and, like, the water passes through the pipes, but, like, at any point you can, like, choose on this plane, like, it's so bizarre. I don't even know how to describe it. It's like,
the internet's a series of tubes. Is it the same?
It's so weird, yeah. And then they come up with, like, all these different words, and they're, like, explaining the science behind it. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, okay, so, like, the basic concept makes sense to me. Like, you can choose how you perceive things. Like, that makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But, like, then he goes in this, like, hypothetical story of, like, oh, he wakes up and he's, like, miserable, and he doesn't like how the trees look, and he doesn't like the birds are annoying and stuff. And then he, like, wakes up again and he's like, oh, that was just a dream. Like, this is how I'm actually choosing to, like, perceive my world. And then he, like, goes outside and he's like, oh, it's beautiful. And just, like, all those things. But really bizarre. But anyways, it reminded me of your Deja Vu thing, because it was like imagining the plane of, like, all of these potential timelines that are split across, like, infinitely.
Yeah.
And you can pick any one of them, and whatever one you pick, like, continues on in that vein, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Damn.
This
So
is
maybe I'm just doing it.
Yeah, maybe you are. Maybe you're trans-surfing. I was gonna mention, I have a bone to pick with our viewers.
Really?
Yeah, a huge bone to pick. Yeah,
Really
so,
big bone.
To our one viewer, the bot that watches our videos. I am fucking livid. Okay, we did the Parasite cleanse. Like, I don't know, what was that, episode
8?
7, 8.
Well, wait.
Sorry,
8
it
was
the
cabin.
Yeah,
So 9.
that was episode 100. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, we did it. We did the Parasite Cleanse episode 100, and I was not privy to this information then, but have learned through reading an article that apparently all of our efforts of trying to avoid parasites have been in complete vain. Literal complete vain, right?
No.
Because it turns out
I bought $40 of pills.
The FDA doesn't require you to list the composition of, like, your food, specifically coffee grounds, up to as long as they don't account for 6%. So, like, coffee plants are routinely overrun with cockroaches. And a lot of those cockroach pieces and bug pieces and other things end up in coffee. But as long as a ground coffee, so as long as it isn't over 6%, then then it's never listed. And the best part is the primary vector of getting parasites, one of the easiest ways to get parasites, is from eating bugs. Right? So not only am I literally drinking bug pieces as I speak to you until I get just pure coffee beans and convert over. But our Parasite Cleanse is in complete vain because we've been distilling bugs and drinking them for years now without knowing. Yeah, I read this article, and this guy, he had this friend who was, like, always trying to get coffee, and whenever they'd get coffee, they'd have to go to a place where they'd have beans, and they'd grind them down in front of him or whatever. And the guy finally asked his friend, like, well, why do you always, like, prefer the beans? Like, is it just the taste? Is that what you like? And he's like, no, I'm allergic to cockroaches. And fucking ground coffee, has cockroaches in it. Yeah. And I was like, oh my god. So we're gonna have to do another Parasite Cleanse.
Well, wait a second, though. I've already preemptively prepared myself because of my bougie nature. I've been grinding my own beans for the whole time. We're good. We're good. I'm fine.
Yeah. You've been bougie your whole life. Oh my god.
Dude, it's my dad. He did it when I was a kid, and I'm like, there's no other way now.
I have to do it this way. Well, I've been buying cheap, shitty Folgers this whole time. I've been paying the price in bug pieces. Oh my goodness.
You've paid in parasites.
Yeah, I've paid in parasites. Oh my god.
But yeah, damn.
Yeah, so to those people that didn't fucking email us that coffee had bug parts, fuck you. And if you didn't know, well, now you know. There it is.
There we go.
You learn something new every day.
Grind your own coffee.
Yeah, grind your own coffee.
It's more of a process.
Don't rely on anybody else to feed you bugs.
Feed yourself bugs.
Yeah, feed yourself bugs.
Yeah. So, my fiance.
Yeah.
She's in the podcast. She's actually at the Parasite Cleanse part.
Mm.
So she's at like
she's eternally stuck on episode 8. It's never ending.
She got through it, I think.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yeah, so I think we're good there. But she's about to catch up.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I'll have to drop these 3 casts. And then we're going to have to do an episode every day to amass enough content so that she'll never catch up. It's a race now.
Yeah. She's usually like 1.5 episodes a week, I'd say.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, Cabin Fever took a long time, but...
My girlfriend says she wants to listen to them eventually, and I'm like, oh god, no. Please don't.
No, so it's weird, alright? Talking to my lovely fiance, she has told me that listening to the podcast has, in a weird way, brought us closer together.
Yeah, I don't feel like the same is going to happen for me. It's like, oh yeah, that episode where you said you could suck your own penis, that really brings me...
Wait, you didn't tell her?
No, I'm pretty sure I did, but...
I could have sworn she was like in the room next to us when you were talking about it.
Oh god. She's gonna be like, wow, you really like talk a lot about stupid shit on your podcast. This is the dumb shit that's occupying your mind at all times?
That is correct.
You really need a new hobby. Like, I just want to withdraw the gold, babe. You don't understand.
It has been my internal goal from here on out to mention gold withdrawals. Yeah. So thank you for checking it off the list.
Yeah, and then our stupid ASMR ideas. Yeah. Like, oh man, you know it'd be great. Cooking with Grandma ASMR.
Yeah. God.
Grandma dominates you in the gym.
We should really, I mean, like, I'm down for another ASMR.
Yeah?
You gotta give me some voice lines, though. I gotta do some,
That's true. Yeah, what I need to do is I need to write a script for myself, and then I need to write a script for you, and then it'll have in brackets all of the sounds I need you to make.
Well, I can just do, like, voices.
Yeah,
like,
voices
you know what I mean?
Too, yeah.
Yeah. If you want me to be a grandma, I can...
There you go.
You know, I can...
Oh my god, that's a great idea.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, Grandma shames you for how small your arms are at the gym.
Yeah, that's from the last week, or last time we were on the podcast we talked about... Or no, wait, did we not talk about the grandma at the gym?
I don't think we did. You should.
Yeah, so, I mean, there's this old lady at the gym. She's great, okay? I think her name is Ruth. I made that name up completely. I don't know what her name is.
Sounds antiquated enough to be,
Yeah, grandma. But
we'll ask her next time.
Yeah, I should. But she'll come up to you at the gym, specifically, like, me, for some reason. She, like, was drawn towards me, and she's like... You know, she saw my trainer not working out and me working out. She's like, you know, back in my day, men used to work out, not sit around. And like, Jesus, Grandma, I get it, you know. So she came up to us the other day and she made sure that we were still working out and we weren't relaxing.
Yeah, she was forcing us to do more reps, dude.
Yeah.
She's pushing us.
we were done with our reps and she was like, no standing. What did she even say?
It was something about no standing around and relaxing.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Grandma, you're right. We need to push ourselves even harder.
Yeah, I need to break my muscles.
Yeah. If not for Grandma, then for who?
For Grandma! Like,
oh my god.
Shout that every time we go in the gym. For Grandma. Oh. So anyway... How you doing?
Yeah, I'm doing good, but I also have something else I'd like to complain about.
Yeah, do it.
Yeah. I am sick of people that complain. Really? And so I'd like to take this opportunity to complain about the complainers.
Okay, yeah, I'm ready for this.
Yeah. Have you ever just, like, tried to talk to somebody and the only thing occupying their mind is the most immediate thing that they've had to deal with in their life? And then they just complain about it. Yeah. Even if the situation happened within like maybe a brief time span of 1 minute, this amount of adversity that this person has faced, they can tell you about it for fucking hours.
Oh yeah,
literally. Yeah. And it's like it. And I know there's some irony in me complaining about complainers. Yeah. But like that. I mean, that was my goal. But as well as to consider the situation of like, okay. this minor event that happened in your life, this minor thing should not occupy so much of your brain power. It, like, okay, so let's say, like, God, why don't you come up with and give me a minor bit of adversity that does not warrant 30 minutes of complaining?
Yeah, so I was in the drive-thru, okay, and this guy, okay, I was getting coffee. I just wanted a medium coffee. Yeah. That's all. Not even anything hard. Take 2 seconds.
Yeah,
okay?
And to see the baristas that are naked, right?
Well, yeah. We're getting there. So anyways, this guy, okay, ahead of me, right? First of all, like, you're going through a drive-thru, you should know what you want. You pulled up to a drive-thru, you should know, right? Yeah. You should be able to come up to the drive-thru and be like, give me a coffee and a muffin, and then drive away, okay? This guy, for like 10 minutes, stared at the menu, talked to the barista about like, oh, what kind of coffee could I get? And all this other garbage. Took like 10 minutes of my precious time where I didn't get to see the naked baristas. Okay. Yeah. I can keep going. So no. This guy, okay, whenever he got to the window, he not only slowly handed the money, like as if he was taunting me, like he was doing it for me. You know what I mean? Like he was like counting the money. I could see him like hanging out the window counting dollar bills. Like, how much is your coffee and muffin? You know what I mean? Like, and like if you're getting something more than that, like if you're getting a dozen donuts or whatever, right? Go inside. All right. So anyways, the guy is counting those dollar bills. He hands them over. The lady takes it. And then she hands him his coffee and his money. And what does he do? What does he do? You want to know what he does? Sits there for another minute longer just to, I don't know, maybe fond over the memories that he had of getting that coffee. Anyway, so what's up?
Yeah, literally. Literally that. And then, like, and then anytime you try to change the conversation to something else, this adversity that they faced, this minor consequence.
Oh, you know what?
Yeah,
he did the.
It's so prevalent in their mind that they just can't let it go. They build their whole life around wanting to be right, like vigilantly right about this particular situation. Oh, yeah. Like they can't just be like, okay, you know what? That happened to me. It's not that interesting to talk about, and complaining is just fucking boring. Nobody wants to listen to somebody that complains for 30 minutes about some fucking minor consequence.
Oh, yeah. Dude, there's a guy at my work that does exactly that. And it's the worst because we'll talk about his, like, complaint thing for a while. And then he'll be like, yeah, man, I don't even know. And then I'll be like, oh, yeah. But anyways, so, like, yeah, my tomato plants, they, like, grew all oblong. And then he'll be like, yeah, but, okay, so they're not even, like he'll cut me off. He wasn't even listening to what I said.
Yeah. No, it's always that though, right? It's not even that it's like the funniest aspect of it to me is that you mention, okay, you complain about this thing, and then they end it with always something like, you know, I just don't know. Like, they're so exasperated about it. Yeah. But they've already spent, like, 20 minutes talking about, like, what they know about it. Yes. Like, how they feel about it. Like, what they know everything about this situation. They know their feelings, their reaction, their emotions, how they react to it, how they're thinking about, how they're analyzing it. Because they spend the 30 minutes talking about all those things about this particular situation, and they're just like, incredulously like, man, I don't know. Like, why don't you give me your advice? Oh, that's great advice. Let me talk about the same problem again, like 50 different ways, but basically the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's like, dog, stop. Get a fucking hobby.
So how did this happen to you? When did this happen to you recently?
Yeah, so yesterday I was here, and my cousin came in, and he started talking about his life, and he just complained for like 30 minutes about fucking animals barfing, or it was this friend of his that kept changing the time that they were going to hang out. That's what the situation was. And he talked like for 30 minutes about it. Oof. It was like, oh, she said we were going to hang out at 3, and then the family dinner was taking longer, so she pushed it to 5, and then it was taking longer, and so she pushed it to 7. And it's like a 35-minute drive, and then by the time I have to drive back, that's like an hour of driving. That's a lot of driving to like hang out with a person. And, the stupidest thing is that, we decided this the other day, and, umpteen times she does this to me, where she like constantly changes her plans, but it isn't umpteen. It's like the last 2 times that I've had to deal with this problem. And, so I told her that, I'm just going to cancel, because I'm not going to be able to drive 35 minutes there and 35 minutes back, because by the time I do that, it's going to be like an hour of driving, and that's a lot of driving for somebody to hang out with somebody even for a couple hours after 7, because even though I'm up till 3 in the morning, even if we're hanging out that long, it's not. And it's just like, oh my fucking god, get over it, pick something else, talk about something else, for the love of God.
Jesus.
You're killing me.
Damn.
So yeah, it was fucking obnoxious.
Understandable.
And it's like, dude, so you have 2 options. Your friend is fucking flaky. Here's your option. Don't be friends with them. Or 2, deal with it.
Yeah.
Fucking pick. Stop
Happens.
complaining to me about it. I don't give a fuck. It literally doesn't matter to me. And then it's always like a jumping board to like have a whole conversation about like his opinions about her life. Like how she's living her life. It's like, she's just like a deadbeat bitch.
But we hang out like every week.
That does drugs, and she doesn't have her life together. It's like she doesn't even go to work on time. She like blows off work because she doesn't feel like working. Like what a bitch. It's just like
she's living her own life.
Like, dude, she needs to like go to college or like start doing these jobs that she gets offered, even if she doesn't want to do them, because that would make her money. Because that's the goal in life. It's to make money. It's to go to college, fucking get your degree, sit down, work 9 to 5, work for 50 fucking years, and then retire. And then you have what little energy you have left after being beaten by a fucking system that doesn't treat you like a goddamn human. You're gonna spend the rest of those years watching TV, soaking it in.
It's like, bitch, get on the hamster wheel.
Yeah. Join the ant colony like the rest of us. It's like, oh my fucking god. I want to kill myself. And all because she was like, oh, I'm doing this family thing, and I don't know how long it's going to take.
A deadbeat with her family of deadbeats.
Stupid bitch. And then she tells me this sob story about how her mom gave her loans so she could pay off her loans so that she could pay off her interest. But, like, what a stupid bitch, because the other day she got tattoos instead of paying off these loans like a responsible person. It's like, oh my fucking god.
Sounds like she's under the age of 24.
This chick needs her fucking life together. God forbid she does what she wants. Holy shit. Oh my god. It's fucking, it grates on me, bro. And we'll do it while we're walking in the sun, too. Like, we're walking, and there's everything around us, like nature.
Yeah.
Like, the sun is out, the birds are singing, and then it's just like... Then, like, when I phase back into reality and remember what I'm fucking listening to, I tap right back into that slip dream of, like, what a stupid cunt. I can't stand this chick that's my friend that I hang out. I don't understand. Whenever she schedules stuff, it's like she always does it. She's so fucking stupid.
You just hear like that constant complaining and your ears just suddenly like,
yeah.
And like you look over and there's like a baby deer like,
yeah. Oh my, dude, you'll see like a rabbit that like looks at us and like hustles into the bushes or whatever. And then
look, nature. Yeah. And he's like, yeah, but she just won't stop getting tattooed. Like,
yeah. And you know, the worst part is the tattoos suck, too. They're not tattoos I'd get.
She's not me, and that's a problem.
Yeah. You know, if she was more like me, the world would... You know, if everybody was more like me, the world would be a better place. Oh, my God.
Beautiful.
Yeah, so if there's any anything to be wrestled from this particular conversation, it's that the power of now is one of the most incredible, useful skills I've ever learned in my entire life. There is seldom any other time where where I want to use most of the skill to just phase out of reality, to both exist in the present and not take in anything. Just,
I am here, but I am not.
Yeah, I am here, but this body, we're all one.
This is but a vessel.
Yeah.
Yeah, getting close to my wedding.
Yeah, are you feeling the intensity of it?
You know what? I think I told you this while we were at the gym last.
Yeah.
Whenever we didn't do the podcast afterwards, okay? I am happy about it now, right?
Mm.
The fact that, I don't, did I talk, you stop me if I talked about this, okay?
No, it doesn't matter. I don't remember. I didn't listen to the last 2 episodes that I haven't uploaded yet.
Right, neither have I. Alright, so.
Sorry, viewers. No.
Yeah, we, mentioned this the last 3 podcasts.
Yeah, we just keep talking about the same thing, so I'm going to Iceland.
Yeah. I do have an Iceland update.
Mm.
But anyway, alright, so, after the bridal shower,
yeah,
and everybody showing up there and stuff like that, it was actually really good to see everybody there,
mm-hmm.
and it was really nice and reassuring that family is there for you, stuff like that. I've always been I've always felt kind of a black sheep among my dad's side of the family. No particular reason. I mean, I'm the middle child, and I've always been really weird, and I kind of alienated myself. Just because I played video games rather than doing stuff.
Rather than touch grass, I get it.
Yeah. Whole high school, middle school, just there was no grass.
Yeah, nothing.
So it was nice to see everybody show up, and I'm I thought these people didn't really care for me that much, but we actually ended up with more people than we thought would show up at the bridal shower, and now that people are accepting the wedding invites and stuff, we get notifications. We sent out 210 invites, and we were expecting about 80%, so around 175 to 180. So far, we've only had 2 people say no. So we're gonna have probably 200 people at this wedding, which is gonna be pretty intense.
That's gonna be crazy.
So yeah, so getting all that's been reassuring and really nice, and it's a weird time because it's of course there's a little bit of stress. You gotta memorize your vows, we gotta pay all this stuff and all that, but for the actual day, I think I'm doing all right. I think we're looking good. Something that I learned not too long ago is that I just wasn't accepting the fact that I was getting stressed out from the wedding, and I was getting depressed in weird waves. So it'd be a wave. There was certain ones on the podcast I talked about where I was just I don't know why, but on Sunday to Wednesday I was just in the worst mood possible, and then after that it was fine. Figuring out that me accepting the fact that I've been stressed and this is a big deal and there's a lot of stuff, but there's a lot of people behind me, has been a cool experience, I guess. I would recommend it.
Interesting. Yeah. That I can definitely see it would be incredibly reassuring to have your families back and everything like that with the whole wedding process.
Yeah.
So that's really neat.
Yeah, it's just it's really cool that everybody came out and was supportive or whatever. I didn't think anybody was gonna be no, boo.
Yeah, but I don't approve of this marriage.
Love? Screw that.
Yeah. This kid's only been playing video games his whole life.
He can't have a wife.
Yeah. I don't have a wife. Bullshit.
Give me his wife.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was nice.
Yeah. Honestly, it sounds like it'll be an incredibly rewarding experience after you're done with it.
I think so. I think it will be. We've been pretty excited. There's obviously the little stress bubbles of fiance has to deal with moms and getting hair done and makeup done and dresses and all that stuff. Whereas I just kind of exist. I got my suit fitted. We're good to go.
There you go. It's each piece of the puzzle is falling into place.
Yeah, and I just did the edge pieces, and she's got to do all the center ones.
Yeah, hopefully the work distribution is a little bit better, but
I mean, like, honestly, it's kind of like that.
yeah.
But, you know, I try to do whatever I can.
Yeah,
And then,
that's
you
right.
know.
That's a really funny analogy, though. You're like, yeah, I got all the edges, babe. Don't worry about it. I'm so good with corner pieces, dude. You don't even understand.
Look, there's a secret to them. Only 2 pieces connect to them.
You know, I took geometry in high school, and I learned about the shapes and stuff, and you know, it translates really well into puzzle solving.
Yeah, and you know, something that I kind of figured out too is like in elementary school they teach you about colors and then like shapes a little bit, but then like you get to like high school and it's geometry, but they don't mix in the colors. But I thought myself to mix the 2 together to solve puzzles.
Yeah, so when you apply color theory and geometry to like puzzle solving, it's like it really comes together.
The pieces literally come together.
Yeah, in a rectangular sort of way.
Exactly. Yeah.
That's something I learned in geometry. I took honors geometry too.
Did you know? Now get this. There's 4 corners in a rectangle that are all equal to 90.
Wow. You know, I didn't know that, but if I had taken geometry, I would have knew that.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, I got a pretty big cock.
I drive a truck. Dude, speaking of driving trucks, you mentioned offhandedly that stupid sticker you saw on the back of a car.
Yes.
Yeah, you want to bring it up?
Oh, yeah. So on my way over here,
yeah,
I saw a car in front of me, and I had to like take a picture of it. It was a sticker on their back windshield that was a little keyboard with a slash or r/MK for mechanical keyboards.
Yeah.
I mean, like, I don't know who decided that, like, yeah, I need to make sure people know that I am a mechanical keyboard user.
Dude, it's literally his life, right? It's how he identifies himself. He's a moderator of r/mechanical keyboards. Like, everybody that has, like, off-topic posts of non-mechanical keyboards, he's like, fucking ban them. Get him out of here.
Wait, those keys aren't clacking.
Yeah.
Banned.
I don't tolerate anything below cherry keycaps in my fucking subreddit.
Yeah, so my keyboard's MK Cherry Browns.
Yeah. He's like, what? You didn't use WD-40 on your fucking caps? Mongrel.
You gotta have something fancier than that. You gotta be like Mechano Lube.
Yeah. What? Every key isn't a literal self-casted like masterpiece in art on your keyboard? Bullshit.
Yeah, man. I have Q is what's a Marvel character that starts with Q?
Yeah, I have every one of the 360 Pokemon from the first 2 games created with epoxy resin kits, all modeled and hand sculpted, $50 a cap for every keycap on my... Look at how Snorlax is the backspace and it takes up multiple keycaps. There you go.
It's because he's big.
It's because he's bigger.
He's big! Oh my god.
So yeah, I thought that was funny, and then when I was driving here, I saw something that I can only characterize as like the most awkward juxtaposition I've ever seen in my life. So it was on the back of a car, and there were 3 stickers, right? Uh-huh. And you're trying to imagine like the most contrasting, conflicting stickers you can ever imagine. Uh-huh. So the first one was the Christian cross, okay? And you're like, okay, you know, that sets a precedent in some way.
Yeah.
You know, I'm expecting like a fish or maybe like a stupid coexist sticker or something, right? No, the second sticker is a butterfly, which I'm like, okay, you know, life,
people
kind of like
those.
A girly butterfly.
Yeah.
Whatever, that fits. Third sticker is the Punisher face. And I'm like, what? I can't think of anything that's so awkward. And then the worst part is the grouping was strange, because the Christian cross was on the left-hand side, and then the right-hand side had the butterfly, and then immediately adjacent to it was the Punisher sticker. And I'm like, what? Nothing is more antithetical to the Punisher symbol than like a butterfly immediately adjacent to it. And then on top of it, like the cross on the other. Like, what the fuck are you thinking?
If they put like a Bernie sticker in the corner as well, that would have been like...
Holy shit, that would be even better. I was just like, this is so weird.
Yeah, that's wacky.
Every time I see like a Punisher sticker, it's like some big truck or something, and then it has like a bunch of Trump stickers on there, or like a no step on Snick.
Yeah.
Like, don't tread on me. Yeah, no step on Snick. Fucking yellow Gadsden flag sticker. That's what I was thinking. I couldn't think of the name.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like...
Isn't that one like Iran or Iraq, whatever, war veteran thing, flag?
You know, I don't know. From what I understand, I was looking into the symbolism of the Gadsden flag, and I think I stumbled on like a really weird video of this guy that was talking about how like the snake can be divided into like 33 segments, and then, like, the number of 3.5 coils is similar to, like, some other thing of 3.5 coils, and it has to do with, like, the Navy as well as I don't know.
Yeah. I know it's something military, though.
Yeah. It's both military, and then it's also, like, individualist sticker.
You know, we could call someone.
Why would... No.
To find out.
No, that's a terrible idea. We already have shitty audio enough.
Hey, it's gotten better.
Yeah. At some point, we need to do like a dual channel Discord call thing where we have people on from Discord while we're talking and then listen to them. I can do it with I have the soundboard for it. We just have to hook it up.
Yeah. Well, we just like, you know.
Split headphone.
Whatever. Yeah. Well, we could we probably wouldn't want to use a speaker.
No, we wouldn't. That would be horrible.
Put on some cans.
Yeah, put on the cans.
Yeah.
Get a splitter. And then listen.
Yeah.
And then actually talk to people.
Do you think that they would actually, like, anybody would join our Discord channel?
If we made a Discord for this, probably not.
Do you think pedophiles would take it over?
Oh, that's what happens with all Discords.
That's true, yeah. Yeah, anything public is just...
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, I had I had an idea last week, okay? In order to advertise our podcast, I had this really funny idea of going on Fiverr and putting myself up there as, like, if you need an extra podcast host, I'm available.
Dude, that is actually a hilarious idea.
And then just plug our podcast.
I'll be whatever you want.
Yeah, just tell me what to say.
Yeah, just literally create have a Dungeons and Dragons like manual style character creation charter thing where it's like, all right, you pick my degrees and then you pick my backstory and then you like choose my stats. Like intelligence like greatly affects your ability to communicate during the podcast,
and then you need to roll 6 d20.
You have to decide the rest of them. Oh my god. And then, like, instead of, like, magic stats, it's, like, skills. So you have, like, kombucha brewing. Just, like, stupid, nonsensical things.
Pick 3. And then they pay extra money for extra levels.
Yeah. To determine how interesting you are for the podcast. So you have, like, 50 skills. They're all, like, you have, like, artisanal cheese making. And, like, oh yeah, I've been hand making some ramen, some Tomomi ramen recently.
I made it myself.
Yeah, I just use the wheat gluten and I stretch it out and go through the whole process. Yeah. Every podcast, it's just them paying you to be the extra, and they give you different skills that you have to do hours of research on to talk about. Oh my god, that's a great idea.
So yeah, basically, that'll be...
that's a good form of advertisement.
I feel like it would, because then they'd be like, who's that guy?
Maybe even...
How do I find him?
Even more low effort and an also funnier tangent off of that is we could offer advertising for people for $10. And then they pay us to advertise on our one viewer consistent podcast.
Look, one person might click on this.
Yeah. You're going to love this. We're going to reach so many people with this. No, honestly, dude, if we really want success, we gotta do another ASMR.
That's true.
Our ASMR was a banger. 114 views.
Is that what, did you check it today?
Yeah, I checked
was
it
just about
today.
to say, I can check it.
1 like, 114 views. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, sick.
I think that like might have been me.
Yeah.
Yikes, yeah.
0 likes.
Yeah. -1 likes,
no one liked it. 4 minutes of retention.
Hey.
Yeah.
We can retain longer than that.
That's true. We can. We've been training. Get out the welcome mat.
Yeah.
You know, honestly, it seems stupid to reference earlier episodes because there's no way anyone's going to sit down and listen to all this shit.
I think at some point, if we ever get 100 viewers,
there's no fucking
there'll
way.
be one.
God. I was just thinking about that naked barista joke that I made earlier, and I'm like, it's probably fucking stupid to reference episodes with shitty audio and expect people to get the jokes.
Yeah.
Your future wife is probably going to find it entertaining if she listened to them all the way through.
She's going all the way through right now. So
she's going all the way, bro. That's how you know she's the one.
That's it, yeah. But yeah, no. The whole wife thing has been good. I'm really you were saying, how you perceive things, right? With that book, you can change how you perceive things. I've been perceiving everything as pretty damn good.
That's good.
So we've been, me and her been real good. I don't know what brought me onto this, but I just wanted to say that.
No, that's good. I mean, I think that's positive that you're viewing things more positively. I know a few weeks ago you were saying that you were in this depression.
Yeah.
And you couldn't really figure out how to change it.
Escape.
Yeah, escape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Escape to Iceland. Oh yeah, Iceland. Really quick.
Yeah, what's your update?
Volcano erupted on Iceland.
Yeah.
But they're like, don't worry about it. You can pay $100 to go and see it up close. Or $400 to go on a helicopter tour.
Oh, that's kind of cool. Are you going to do either of those?
I don't think so. I mean, we already kind of have everything planned.
Yeah.
So it would be cool to see it, but I have a feeling we're going to be able to see it from a distance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not going to say that seeing something like that would be worthless, but I would think that in a way you can get a similar effect by just standing in front of a fire.
Yeah. Yeah, it's the same.
But no, you've been to Hawaii and you've talked about the lava stuff there, haven't you?
I haven't seen lava there.
Oh, okay. I thought you'd seen dry. Maybe I was talking to somebody else. I don't remember.
Oh yeah, there's a whole part of the island where it's all lava. It used to be lava, and now it's hardened, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, that exists. I've seen that. I've stepped on it. It's not very nice to step on.
Really?
Yeah, it kind of makes has a shell, and then whenever you step on it, it breaks glass.
Really? And what's underneath? Is it just hollow or
solid ground?
Well, interesting.
It's weird, yeah. But that might have just been the area I was in or something. But I don't know.
Would you say it's like stepping on a bunch of dried chocolate? Like hollow dried chocolate or something? Yeah,
those really thin eggs you get on Easter.
Yeah.
Yeah, like those.
That's kind of what I was imagining.
Yeah, it has more of a glass sound to it whenever you break through it, but... Yeah, exactly.
Interesting.
Would you... Remember, reference.
Oh, God.
A few episodes, a long time ago, I said that the barista lady, whenever I bring my mug in, and I get an Americano, she puts too much espresso. Would you like to taste it?
Yeah, let's see.
I got one today.
Let's see how much espresso is in here.
Yeah. It tastes pretty good. It's an Americano with cream, so you should... There's no sugar or anything in it, just the creamer.
That is very good.
Yes.
Wow.
For just coffee and cream, it's
Yeah, Jesus, dude. That's banger. I like how... you can definitely taste the coffee extremely. And it's incredibly warm for how long we've been doing this podcast.
This is a good, cup.
Is that the one you bought from the place?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They cost $20 there, but, if you look up it online, it's, around the same price. Mm-hmm. And it wouldn't have, the etched whatever thing in it.
Yeah.
I think this is more of an advertisement and, a thing to keep people coming back, I guess.
Oh, my God, dude. We need to sell mugs.
That way everybody's like, oh, I'm drinking out of my Roving Slant mug.
You know, it's really funny. I was, I've been, I did, NoFap for, a week and a half or something. And I couldn't keep my brain straight, and I just kept going in like thousands of different directions. I feel like I've started like 30 books in the last week, and read like 10 pages out of each of them, and I've just been going insane. But I'm one of the books I was reading is I got that pharmacology book called Pills A Go-Go, which is basically this guy who like does a bunch of different pharmaceuticals and talks about like the history and how prevalent pills are in society and stuff. And there were some really interesting bits in it, but in relation to advertising, I thought it was very impressive. So a couple things I wanted to mention. The first is that pill companies like that sell pills have different advertisements for both the consumer and as well as the doctor. Okay. And they need to advertise to the doctor so that the doctor is like inclined to prescribe them to patients. Mm-hmm. And so they offer like weird things to doctors in order to like buy their favor and stuff like that. And some of the things that I read about it were fucking hilarious. Like, not only do they give them like mugs and like pens and things like that with their names on it, but they also like bring pizza to the doctor's office, but the pepperonis spell out the name of their company and stuff on it. And then like, they bribe them with like sweets and like, and deals on vacations and other things. Oh my God. I thought that was really funny. They have these like ugly figurines of like their characters that, like, they're like bipedal pills, like anthropomorphized pills, the figurines and stuff.
Dude. I just thought of this. Yeah. You know, in the doctor's office, how they always have like those little stand, like paper things of like try Rohypnol or whatever the heck, right? Mm-hmm. That's just one of those. Mm-hmm. Like somebody came in and was like, "Hey, I'll give you a blowjob and a vacation to Maui."
Yeah, literally. Yeah, and they were talking about how it's always like sexy girls and stuff, they give them gifts, and so I thought that was so funny to me that like they're just bribing doctors with like fancy pizza and cupcakes and shit. But then the other thing I thought was really funny is like pill companies were trying to advertise aspirin to like poorer countries like in South America and stuff. And so like that begs the question, like how the hell do you advertise to like a poor country that doesn't have like mainstream any of those sort of things? And there's two ways that they mention the book, which both I thought were hilarious. One of them was they literally load up a truck of like a projector, batteries, all of this stuff to basically show their commercial, and then they go to these villages, set up, and show them the 3-minute commercial, and then sell them like tiny packages of like aspirin, basically, in like bags and stuff like that. Yeah, after they show them the commercial. I thought that was funny, but the second one was even more absurd. They had a team of people that would go in South America and fucking catch dogs, stray dogs, paint their logo on the side of them, and then release them. I was like, what the fuck?
It's like an episode of like Futurama or something, you know what I mean? It's
the most bizarre. I just can't imagine sitting in a board meeting and being like, how are we going to advertise? And then like some guy like, we'll just go to South America and just look around and see what you see. Like, just tell me. Like, you figure it out. Like, obviously, you know, cars, people are poor. They live in like these shanty towns of like thousands of like random sheet metal housing. Like, nobody's going far enough to put up a sign. There's got to be some way. What is a moving advertisement that everyone could potentially, like, dude, we'll just spray paint the dogs. That's what we're gonna do. Feral dogs. Like, can you imagine how many guys got fucking bit by dogs? Yeah. Like, what do they do? Trank them and then bring them in and paint? Like, the dog has to sit still for them to paint their fucking logo on there.
They have some, like, dude in, like, a professional, like, body shop go, like, with an airbrush, like,
and then imagine the people's reaction, too. Like, they just see these guys in, like random fucking pharmaceutical-looking business suits with guns shooting dogs with trank darts and dragging them into a van. And then, like, hours later when the dogs wake up, they just release them back in without probably even feeding them. Just, like, whatever. So stupid.
They're all, like, dead right outside, and they're like, oh, I think we messed up.
Yeah, oh, shit, dude, we fucked up. That's just such a dumb idea. It's genius, but also stupid. I can't even imagine the amount of logistics that would have to go into. Like, you're just an independent contractor for a company, and they're like, yeah, so here's what we want you to do. And the guy's like, what? They're like, yeah, you're on the plane tomorrow. And you, like, go to your wife, and she's like, what are you doing? Like, oh, I got a job in South America. And she's like, oh, okay, wow, that sounds like really prestigious. Like, you're gonna be flown halfway around the country, or halfway around the world just to go do something. And the guy gets there, and he's just got these fucking cages. And a gun.
And a paintbrush.
Yeah, holy shit. He had a paintbrush, or he's got like a stencil for the company logo and a fucking spray can. Oh my god. And then, like, to imagine, like, all these feral dogs, like, they're probably not filled out. They probably are just ribs and bones. Yeah. So, like, they're like, dude, this dog isn't big enough. We're just gonna release it. I can't fit the whole logo on here. It's unreadable.
They have, like, 3 different stencils, sizes.
Oh my god.
If the dog's really hungry, use this one.
Dude, I could read a whole book about this particular, how this went. I need to find some dude that did this, because it is so absurd to me. I just don't know.
Dude, I bet they hire the locals. They have to.
Oh my god,
right?
There has to. Yeah, they're like $100. I like catch these dogs.
Yeah,
yeah, because it can't be liable for. I mean, what is the health insurance if you were to ship somebody over from America? They're gonna be like, yeah, you got bit by like 10 feral dogs in a fucking South America. Yeah. Here's your 30 vaccinations you need in order to deal with the potential rabies and any other thing you got, tetanus shot, whatever.
The rabies malaria super virus.
Oh my god. Yeah, Jesus. So that was amazing. Ingenious, really, the more I think about it.
Thanks, Advil.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh, God.
God, even reading about the process of, like, how they developed aspirin and stuff was really entertaining, too. Because, like, you would think it's, like, some fancy lab coat guy in a lab, like, doing experiments and stuff like that. And it was that, but imagine it by, like, times 1,000, and they're just paying random people off the street to go out, like, because they can't fit all these people in their office. So, like, they just have all this glassware and shit that people are just taking outside, and they're just, like, mixing shit together and then tasting it and seeing what fucking happens. It's literally what it is. It's, like, hundreds of people that are, like,
God.
that have, like, a farm. It was, what it was.
Were they chemists at least, or were they just random?
Yeah, so the best part is that it was a dye company that was trying to figure out how to maximize profits for, like, the stuff that, the byproduct of, like, the dyeing process. Yeah. So they're like, oh, we have all these chemicals, we might as well, like, try to make it into something that's, like, useful, basically. Yeah. And so they were just experimenting with random shit. And I don't think it was, I'm sure there were some chemists and stuff, but they were just hiring, like, random people at a time just to
figure out how this works.
Yeah, it was more about, like, quantity rather than quality, because the amount of people...
Shotgun approach.
Yeah, literally. The amount of people that could be doing experiments on this stuff, like, simultaneously means that you probably have a higher likelihood, higher statistical chance of something, you know, coming out. So I thought that was really, really interesting to imagine. And then just to think that we can just, I was looking it up online, you can just pay like $90 basically and get like a starter kit for like chemistry stuff and just start making your own whatever.
You're talking to a guy at one of the plants, he was like, back in the day, because like you could get mercury, uranium, like back a long time ago, you could get anything in a chemistry kit and like mix whatever you wanted to. And like, he was saying that his dad was like, he owned, like kind of like a pharmacy, but you sold like the base elements as well. Mm-hmm. And so like kids would like come in and buy like whatever it is to make like red phosphorus or like gunpowder or whatever. Mm-hmm. And like you couldn't buy gunpowder outright, but you could make gunpowder with these two, with sulfur and whatever.
Yeah, and right? It's
so, yeah. So, but yeah, kids would come in and buy the two things, and you'd be like, okay.
Yeah, it's so funny to me that it was like that laxed to be able to do that. And then it's even like pretty lax now. I mean, really, information is the only thing that gates you. Because like, I was watching this video, it got taken down from YouTube, but they were like, oh, the president of Japan got killed by like a pipe gun recently. Yeah. It's like something that happened. And they were like, oh, we're going to make a pipe gun and show you how this guy did it or whatever. And they just bought like less than $200 worth of materials, and like gunpowder is just basically saltpeter, like sulfur, and then charcoal ground up, and then they just mix it together, put it in a pipe, created like an electrical system that fires off, and then just like put ball bearings in there and shot him. And that's basically what it was. And it's like, holy shit, this stuff is so easy and like literally all it comes down is to the information to know how to do it.
Yeah.
It's basically what it is.
Jesus. So speaking of South Africa.
Oh, South Africa.
Okay. So what is going on there, right? South Africa is like the most modern, right? I guess maybe not South Africa, but a lot of parts of Africa. They're going through this part where they have like electricity, kind of, and they have like radio and TV, kind of, and they have all this stuff, and stuff's like modernizing like really fast. Right now there's a drug boom, and I can't remember for the life of me the name of this drug, but it's like you can get it over the counter and stuff, and people take it and just like trip balls, get addicted to it and stuff like that.
It's not that grass, is it? That like weed? It's not. It's like a.
It's like a pill.
Oh, it's a pill. Okay.
Yeah, so it's not anything natural, right?
Because there is a really popular like grass weed type plant that they eat, and it's like a stimulant. I think it's like called Ket or Jet or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember.
Yeah, but I don't think it's
like
that
a
one.
Pill,
yeah,
basically.
It's a pill. It comes from a pharmaceutical company. It's to help horses.
All the best things are for horses.
Yeah.
What's up with that? Honestly, I'm starting to think the horses got it better than we do. They can take ivermectin in paste form, which you can just brush your teeth with that.
Yeah.
And then they got, these deparasite things. Obviously ivermectin does that as well.
Yeah.
But on top of it, then that pill.
Yeah.
And then what all the bodybuilders, they use all that stuff that says not fit for human consumption. Or fit only for horse consumption. That's more how I read those things. What if I want to be as tough as a horse?
Yeah.
What do I got to do?
I want to be strong.
Eat horse food. That's what I got to do.
But this magical pill.
Yeah.
Okay. People take it and then they like go to work and junk like that. So like I was watching. It was I think it was Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia. Okay. And so people are taking these pills. Okay. And rumor has it that like they feed their cattle these pills because they use their cattle to like till land and stuff. And because the pills stop you from like fear and pain, they feed them to the cows so they keep working in like the hot sun and junk. And so it's like leaching into the ground somehow, and they think it's because like from the pee from the whatever animal. So anyway. All these people take these pills and they have this whatever the drug is, they have like a rap music video of like one of the popular artists in that region, like going like, you'll die if you take the pill. Like, it's like the weirdest thing. And I'm like, this is just the 80s for this country.
Yeah, they're like living through like a boom that already happened culturally.
For us.
In different ways.
Yeah. So it's just like, it's wacky because it reminds me literally of like, don't copy that floppy and junk like that, like those corny rap music things. I just thought it was funny.
That is interesting and very strange, and also leads me to wonder, like, obviously the company that makes this stuff profits immensely from getting people addicted to it and having to use it. But also we live in a society that, like, makes you need to take these pills in order to survive this environment rather than just changing the environment so that you don't need to take the pills.
Yeah.
I think that's a bigger... the Unabomber brought up that point. Was that we take antidepressants to deal with this environment we're living in rather than changing the environment. Yeah. So that you don't have to take the antidepressants.
Yeah. Well, that's up to the person, right?
Yeah, I do think it is. To
some
extent.
Yeah, partially, right? If you live in an area that's like impoverished and bad, you don't really you might not have much choice in leaving, like where you're going to leave to. You know what I mean? But who knows? Yeah,
I would say that this not to get philosophical on this podcast where we talk about stupid shit, but like this really does come down to the like whole nature and nurture thing in a way. Like you're both dealing with the biological nature that you have, whatever your predispositions are, whatever your like latent abilities may be based on your genetics, as well as like how you were nurtured and raised in your environment and the impact it had on you, as well as like geographically and everything.
Yeah.
And I think a mix of both of those things is like what you have to determine, figure out, and like battle in a way to be able to reach whatever you potentially want to reach. I know that there is like some semblance of like ignorance in there too, because you may not even think that you could be better based on like information that you don't have, and so you just sort of like live in these like really confining prison loops of negative feedback loops of the same thing over and over again, that probably isn't that productive. But at the end of the day, I do think that there is the liberty of free will in there. Yeah. It's just an understanding that like, while you have free will, you're also dealing with like two aspects of yourself, both the nature and the nurture. And that your free will is also destiny in a sense too, because the actions that you take will sort of reflect what happens to you.
They equal something in the end.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
At least that's how it makes sense to me. Call me back in 10 episodes when I completely change my opinion on what this is.
Yeah. Let me just change my whole entire...
And now to our sponsors. This is Totally Eggs, made with 100% cricket butter. You're gonna love this. Bug protein.
Put it in the pan. It doesn't sizzle.
I've been brushing my teeth with cricket heads for at least 6 months now, and my teeth are fucking brown. Sometimes I can hear the dying chirps at night as I go to sleep and face only nightmares from little parasites that wiggle past the blood-brain barrier in my head.
Join the brown revolution.
Join the hive mind with me, Cricket Eater Joe.
Dude, I was watching... Do you know that there's like a parasite that like infects... parasite that infects crickets.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know that one?
Yeah.
That, like, makes it jump in the water?
Mm-hmm.
Like, literally just hijacks, goes like, nah, we're jumping in the water.
Yeah, we're dead.
Yeah, we're gone.
We're out.
It's over.
Yeah, dude, there's a book about parasites that I have, that I haven't read yet, because out of fear that I'll, do another 10 parasite cleanses after I read it. It's in my, like, list, and I'm like, I know I need to read this, but...
You know what's wacky is like, do you think so? Okay, this is something I was listening to Bo Bogan, aka Joe Rogan.
Okay.
And he had hippie guy on. I can't remember his name. I like it. Duncan Trussell.
Okay.
Okay. So they always like get really like high off of something, and then have the podcast. They were talking about, like, you made, like, a point that I kind of like, which was, like, do you think the cricket knows that, like, the parasite's in it? Or do you think it just goes, like, no, I'm a cricket. This is just what crickets do. They jump in the water and die. So how could we be smarter than the cricket, right? We think that we're outsmarting the parasites, but in reality, could we just be... already infected with the parasites and go like, no, we take the parasite cleanse so we don't have parasites. It's what humans do.
You know, I have these visions, these like moments of lucidity where I wonder, am I just doing what the parasite wants me to do? Or is this my actual free will?
Yeah.
Like, I'll be driving and then I'm like, if there was a parasite in my brain, wouldn't it want me to kill myself? And then I'm thinking like, but what are the ways I'm already killing myself? I'm wasting my time doing things that don't matter in order to, like, get dopamine surges that, like, the toxoplasmosis, like, worm in my brain is probably, like, feeding off of, basically. It's like, dude, I need the dopamine, bro. You need to jerk off right now because I need the dopamine.
You need to jerk off
and then,
now.
Yeah, this is the only thing that sustains me. These big bottomed girls
come,
right now.
Come.
You know, the weirdest thing, so I've been taking this NAC, And
oh yeah, how's the knack?
Yeah. So I mentioned like, I don't know, like 2 podcasts ago that I had those weird moments where like my brain would like phase out for a second. I have none of those anymore, right?
Okay.
And I don't feel that at all. I'm still not taking like the oregano oil and the black seed oil, which I'll do soon, because you're supposed to take it in tandem.
Yeah.
But I gotta acquire some. But like the strangest thing to me, so for one, I'm consistent with like my iodine and my multivitamins, and so like my dreams are getting more vivid, and they're also getting more strange. I've been taking the knack like primarily like before I go to sleep, which I don't know if that's like a good idea or a bad idea. But then like for some reason, and this might just be my pure delusion, so pardon me for a moment while we wade through this together. But when I was reading okay, this is gonna get a little bit strange. So like in symbolism and stuff, you know, there's always that like that all-seeing eye, right? That's like it's like a Masonic symbol.
Illuminati.
Yeah, Illuminati symbol, right? And it like represents like the genitals or like the penis or something like that. And then also like I was watching like videos and stuff of like the symbol of like how certain secret societies like communicate to each other that they're a part of the secret society, and one of the ways that they do that is by like covering an eye or like obscuring their eye and stuff like that. And they tend to say that like even in the Parasite cleanse thing, the manual I had read, it talked a lot about that particular symbol, the eye, as well as like the covering of it, as well as in like the kind of like you only have like one eye but you're like seeing the truth in like a way. And so like it then on top of that, like it also goes into like toxoplasmosis. Like toxoplasmosis like resides in the brain. Like the goal of it is to get inside the rat's brain and like change the way that that like different, like essentially it makes it so that the rat likes the risk of like going to a cat. Like it no longer has self-preservation and it enjoys like the riskier so it messes with the dopamine in your brain. And so that's like science will say that toxoplasmosis in humans, like 1/3 of humans have toxoplasmosis because it's passed by from cats. But like it doesn't have any effect on humans is what they'll say. But then there's like studies that say that like people that have toxoplasmosis are like higher risk takers. They're more likely to like
drive motorcycles.
Drive motorcycles, get in motorcycle accidents and stuff like that. And so like there is like some sort of thing of like toxoplasmosis affects like your body and your brain and how you develop. And then like you can spread toxoplasmosis through like bodily fluids and stuff like that. In a way. So then we talked about like the bacteria spreading of like possibly like this idea that like they make you more like perverted or like want to eat ass or something to like get bacteria or whatever. So there's like all of that, right? And there's this eye symbol thing. And then there's the it resides in your brain thing. And while I'm taking this knack, I feel sometimes I can't stop it. One of my eyes is like twitching, like randomly, and I'm like, it's probably just like paranoia and delusion. But like the more I take this knack, the more like sometimes like behind my eyes like sore or like I get like a weird twitching. I like can't stop, and I'm like, "Am I killing the worm?" in my head. Am I only like? Is the only reason I like any of this stuff because some worm is like fucking with me or something? Like, oh my god. I don't know. It's probably not true, but it is. It's really funny when you start to like go down the rabbit hole, or should I say the wormhole? Holy shit! I'm phasing through. Oh my god!
You're gonna activate my worms, bro.
Yeah, dude, my worms, they're shaking. They're having little seizures up in there, squiggling in my head.
I take the knack. I can feel the worms.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep taking the knack, and I'll let you know if a worm leaves my eye. Fucking runs out. It's like, ah!
No more knack, please!
Don't fuck me up! No, you don't want to take 3 knack pills a day!
Jesus.
And then sometimes I'm like, well, what would happen if I just fucking take like 5 of these? Am I gonna wake up a different person? I'm just gonna wake up and be like, dude, I didn't actually need to jerk off all the time because I realized that none of that mattered. It was only the worm in my brain that was telling me I need to procreate as much as possible in order to pass the worm along to other infected parties.
But wait. So does that mean that humans are just worms?
Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah. Do you know what's wacky? You ever see like a neuron try to connect to another neuron?
No, I don't think I have.
It's weird because like it means that our cells have like some kind of intelligence. Like down to a cellular level, your like skin cell knows what to do with other skin cells and junk like that. So with like a neuron, right, what it'll do is it'll be like one neuron will shoot out a little feeler and be like, is there anybody over here? And then the other, like, if there's one nearby, like, oh, hey, that guy's reaching out. Let me just shoot one. And, like, eventually those kind of wiggle around until they meet and then they connect. It's like, that's how your thoughts are made. That's how, like new things in your mind that are happening and stuff, new connections are being made that way. That's just how it's happening.
That's really strange to consider.
It's just, yeah.
And then on top of it, there's, like, also that separation. So, like, I've been thinking about, like, okay, you have your consciousness, then you have, like, your subconsciousness, and then there's, like another level or something, and then it's, like, collective unconscious, and then I'm thinking there's, like, a split, right? There's a split between, like, the worm's consciousness, right? The worm in your brain has its own levels of things it's trying to communicate to you, and then, like, you have your base human things you're trying to communicate to yourself, and then, like, I don't know, there's, like, some aspect of, like, divinity in there somewhere. Maybe the worms are just Satan. Maybe that's what it is. They're trying to...
It could be.
Yeah.
But you already purged them once.
Yeah, so maybe if I do another 10 purges... And...
I mean, like, I want to believe that, like, the one purge, that it didn't even affect me, right?
Yeah.
So I want to say that I possibly just didn't have worms, or I'm immune to wormwood.
That's true.
The worms are immune to the wormwood.
Yeah, the worms have evolved.
Or maybe the worms are telling us that they're weak to the wormwood, but actually, the real worms, the Illuminati god worms that live in your brain, they gain power from wormwood, and it kills all the lesser worms, so they have less competition.
I did feel like I was just a walking shell for the bacteria to battle inside of me when I started eating my kimchi. Because that first day I ate it, like I told you, like at the end of the day, I was fucking dying.
Oh, yeah.
Like I was, oh my God. But then I think whatever bacteria was in my kimchi, it won supremacy because I can eat it without any problem now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. At some point, we're just shells for the worms.
Yeah. Well, you know that. Yeah, we're just. Well, if you go back down to the cell level, we're just a bunch of random cells that like send stuff to random places because I don't know. They just remembered to do that, I guess.
This is a weird tangent, but I was watching this documentary on flat Earth theory.
Yeah. Is it the one where they shoot the laser through the wood?
No, they talk that I know what you're talking about. Yeah. That like quantum, like when the scientists aren't looking, the dispersion of the particles are different than if they are looking, which sort of implies that
Oh, is that what they actually made up? Because I remember that documentary ending and them going like I don't know what to say.
I've seen that. I don't know. I haven't done too much like research on it. It's possible. Some of the stuff I just feel like you got to learn how to test yourself and see it for your own eyes. But I got like 3 hours into like a 6-hour flat Earth primer, and it's a lot more interesting than I would have ever imagined. You think it would just be like, oh, the Earth is flat, like that's what we believe in, but no. Are you ever so fucking wrong? That is only one aspect of the million other strange things that are in flat Earth theory, right? So it's not just the belief that the Earth is flat, right? It starts with, why are there so many pictures from early recorded history of all of these cities that have no one in it? Why is there so many buildings and no people around? Why is there so many things, but no one exists? And so what they believe, and then they like start talking about how like, why did festivals and like, why did carnivals have like the ability to pay to view incubating premature babies? Why did they have so many babies? Why were there so many orphans? Why was there a dispersion of orphans at this particular point in history when all these people had no, like, families? And so, like, what they believe is that, like, that like the Earth was depopulated at some point, and they needed to like repopulate the Earth because they like depopulated it too much, and so they like created a bunch of these like incubator babies, and then like all the cities were like vacant, so they sent them all over the world via like trains, and then those people like populated the world basically, and then like we apparently at one point in time had like infinite power and energy. So like all those arches and things that you see were actually giant magnets. And all of the churches weren't like actual churches. Like if you remove the stained glass, they were like these things that would funnel energy through those like weird circles in the and it goes into so much, and I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
This is like it's both simultaneously like fascinating and then also like, well, you know, this guy has a point.
The churches, why were they there?
Why? And then the best part is like, the funniest thing about it is it's almost like nihilistic in a way, but like totally believable, right? Because there's all these structures that are like so beautiful that we made like hundreds of years ago, and we haven't made anything comparable to them since. Like it's all shit. Everything we've done is fucking terrible in comparison. Like there's no amazing stone cathedrals that, you know, show the beauty of man and human, like all this stuff could theoretically have been made by people that had infinite energy, had better ways of life, had like better technology, and we could have been completely depopulated and brought back to like base retard level, and then people had to just occupy these fucking places. Like, you know, I don't know. It's possible.
I'm gonna spray paint the church.
Yeah. Like it's wild. And then he's like, if you see all these structures and stuff, like it's impossible to believe that they were made by us and things like that. And it's funny because, you know, he's right in a way, because I haven't seen any of this shit been made. I haven't seen anybody make something that's as comparable to any of the beautiful, like, they said the pyramid takes 17 years to make. Like, if it only takes 17 years to make, why isn't there more fucking pyramids? Like, I mean, and then they'll say, like, oh, it's slave labor, that's why they were able to do it. Like, dude, we already are working 9 to 5 slave labor, bro. Why isn't there some fucking rich dude that got rich off Bitcoin funding the next fucking pyramid? People would fucking do it. They'd do anything for a better wage.
Why don't we make more pyramids?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I want to bury, like, Richard Nixon in one or something.
Yeah, so I know this podcast is going to sound incredibly retarded, but I have this pure interest in looking at any controversial worldview ever. Like, oh, you believe in flat Earth? It's possible. I don't know. I'm going to look at it. I don't know enough about science. I'm just here to entertain people. I have to look at these things.
I'm just going to talk in front of a microphone.
Yeah. So, yeah, I got to finish the other 3 hours of that documentary, but I'll let you know.
Yeah, let me know.
If it gets what happens beyond the magnets and the chapels and the whatever.
Let me know if you ever get to, if you ever start watching Hamilton's Pharmacopoeia.
Yeah, I'll let you know, too. You've mentioned it a couple times.
It's just, it's probably the second time. Well, no, I don't know if we were mentioned on the podcast.
I think we mentioned it last episode.
Yeah,
once.
Matter. On the guy that, the meth guy that was like...
It is something I want to watch because I like that bit of it. It was entertaining.
Yeah, it's a pretty... Yeah, I rewatched it all recently. That's the only reason.
Yeah, you've been binging it, dude. You're like, dude, I'm about to get a chemistry set. You know, it's not that hard to make LSD, is it?
Yeah. Well, then I'm watching Breaking Bad. And I'm like, he just did it in R&B.
You're like, what? There's a Reddit for people that just make random drugs?
Yeah.
Oh, what? There's a primer on all of the, like, links to books that you can get started about how to do chemistry and make your own drug. This can't be hard.
You can go on and see, like, people's, like, trip reports and stuff on the internet?
Yeah. What? They have complete chemical breakdowns of what specific step-by-step things you need to do to transfer different molecules into different chemicals? Like, whatever.
Wow.
Dude, it was really funny. I was looking, for some reason, I've been interested in more of the chemistry stuff, so YouTube's recommending it to me. And there's, like, a bunch of these stupid videos that are, like, and I say stupid, they're there's a lot of effort that goes into the creation of these things, but there's always like a dumb question.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if I can do this with chemistry. And then how thorough they are is incredible. One of them was, It was from this guy named Nile Red.
Oh yeah, I know that guy.
Yeah, and he did one recently where it was like changing a latex glove into hot sauce.
Yeah.
And it's like an hour and a half or an hour long, and he goes through every step. I'm like, oh my god, dude, why?
It is chemistry is really cool, right? It's too bad in high school and stuff, it was super lame.
You know, I never had to take it. I took physics.
Oh.
So all of this is like an interesting process for me. It hasn't been beaten out of me, you know, like the rest of the stuff that school does, where it's like, you never want to look at this information in your life again. You'd rather just wake up every single day at 7 a.m., have your one coffee that you pay for, get your subscription breakfast, take your random pills that the doctor has prescribed to you even though he has no incentive to heal you, then get in your car that you pay a monthly literal arm and leg for just to have mandatory insurance in your state. Then you're going to drive all the way to your fucking work where before you even get there, you're getting berated by a boss on a phone that you pay literally $30 a month for a protection plan even though you're pretty safe with technology and you don't even really need it, as well as a phone bill that you're tied to, a contract because you're living your life in contracts, because your whole life is just you and these contracts that keep you stuck in these areas that literally every day chip away one little bit of your freedom, because money can potentially buy you freedom, but at the end of the day you have to realize that the materialism doesn't matter. None of these things matter. The money is useless, but the government wants you to completely live your entire life on them, because at the end of the day, if you could be a slave to a system where you work, you go home, you play video games, you jerk off, you fall asleep, you wake up in the morning, you do the same thing again, you enter into more contracts, you try to improve your life, but it's just more contracts of going to the gym, then at those points, if you realize that at some point you can just escape this cycle by breaking away from them all. Regardless, I just wanted to mention.
So I'm going to start getting my home phone back and then just delete everything else in my life.
Yeah. This is the voice that's in my head constantly. Like, I'm showing it to you in these moments, but this is what I deal with all day long.
Yeah.
It's like my brain, the more information it takes in, it's like, this is how we need to view life. And I'm like, is it? Or should I just become a worm? Should I just be the slug that enters into the system, that works every day, punching the keyboard?
I am just a rat.
One finger at a time. Yeah, I'm just a rat. I'm a cog in a machine.
I'm bringing a backpack through the sewers.
I can feel it turning. Do I really want to be somebody that's so controversial? Somebody that doesn't care about the consequences?
I just want to have sex with cats.
I don't want to do that. It's fucking weird. At this moment, do I just want to have all these controversial opinions that rattle around inside of me, or do I just want to become part of the hive mind, part of the system, part of the boys? Is it easier just to get along and goom all day long? Would I rather just play video games, or should I try to find that divinity within myself that everything tries to fucking subvert? Is there God or is there no God? It seems like the media keeps pushing this atheism upon people. They want you to jerk away all your divinity. Does the Bible mean anything? I don't know.
Who knows?
But if you listen to the random BuzzFeed articles, it doesn't sound like it does. This book that's existed for thousands of years, is it all pointless? Or maybe they got a fucking good opinion in there. I don't know. I'll never know unless I fucking read it, but I'm too stupid because I'm wasting my fucking time.
But actually, I just want to play another game of League of Legends.
Yeah. Dude, let me sit down and lock in for another loss with the boys. It's all about these fucking time barons, right? Everything's competing for your time. It's like an algorithm that makes you feel emotions, and the emotions it makes you feel are the ones that keep you engaged in the system. They keep you looking. What's that? You're just doing normal things and you get hit with porn ads, but you have a pornography addiction because you fucking saw porn when you were like 10 years old and it's continuing to fucking subvert your life in every possible way?
Yeah, I want to watch Blitzcrank porn.
Dude, I'd love to see the weird shit people are making on fucking Patreon right now. Let me log in. Wow, that's pretty colorful. Wow, my brain gets a good feeling from that. Wow, my hand's already on my dick. Wow, I'm already pumping away. Wow, holy shit, I finished and I don't feel any better about my situation or my life. Maybe I need to channel this gonadic energy into something more productive, or I could just coom more. Then I never have to feel that feeling. It's almost like anxiety is this sort of thing that my brain's telling me I need to actually do things. Because if you didn't have anxiety, man would never fucking get food or solve any problems. Doesn't make any fucking sense now, does it? No, actually, it makes perfect sense.
Is this your rat moving motion?
Yeah, I keep outstretching my arms repeatedly in and out as I do it. You probably hear it in the audio. Maybe. Just maybe we live in a society that's trying to make an illness and clinical depression out of depression, but anxiety and depression is just a thing that motivates you to be better than yourself. Maybe you need to recognize that it isn't a fucking problem. It's something that normally exists because your body can't fucking take all the dumb shit you continue to do in your life that's meaningless and doesn't actually offer any form of contentment or happiness. This is my brain 24/7. I'm like, dude, maybe I'll just watch Rust videos. I love watching 56-minute Rust videos of this guy that's kind of boring, but it occupies my mind because with enough overstimulation, I don't have to think in my head anymore.
I can get back on the wheel and run.
I just want to be on the wheel, bro. Put me on a path. I can't handle the uncertain expectations of my life and where I'm going. You know, maybe I never have to confront my mind if I never have to think, and I never have to think if I just keep coming, if I just keep gooming, if I just keep doing things that keep my brain occupied that aren't productive. Then, at that point, I never have to sit down and look at my life, stare my face in the mirror, and confront this reality of how much fucking time I'm wasting in the 70 meager years of life I potentially have if I'm not doing anything.
But you know, everybody wakes up and eventually feels that.
Yeah. It's true. Yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
It's not just the neck making me feel this way. Now that I'm subverting the fucking worm in my brain. Now that I'm finally reaching a point. Yeah, you know, I really resonate deeply with Carl Jung's understanding that, like, there's a bunch of archetypes that, like, make you up. And for me, that voice that I've given you for the last, like, 10 minutes is what I characterize as, like, the wise sage. It's like this wise man that's, like, trying to tell me, like, how to do life, but he's, like, condescending to me in like a way. He's like, yeah, you could watch this stupid Rust video of these guys doing literally nothing productive with their lives instead of even playing the game. You're watching people play the game, which is kind of fucking stupid considering all the shit you want to do, the things you have to do, and the things that would make you feel better if you did do. I'm like, wow, you know, my brain's right, but he's also kind of a douche.
Yeah. I don't think I want to listen to him.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just come.
That turns him off for 30 seconds.
Yeah, and then it's even worse. It's like,
he comes back. How did that feel?
It's like, oh yeah, you really want to see this like split screen TikTok girls dancing in front of you in provocative ways. Oh yeah, this feels amazing. And then like you get that climax and you're like, wow, that was great. And then like 5 minutes later, you're like, holy shit, I want to die. It was so worthless. What the fuck am I doing with my life? You know, it's almost like man goes through post-nut clarity, all of these like rebirth cycles. It's like dunking yourself in the water and pulling yourself out after you've been drowning for like 10 minutes. And you're like, holy shit, what the fuck am I doing? Like, what am I wasting this time for?
And then you look around and you're like, there's nothing around, time to go back under.
Yeah, you read a book and it'll tell you like, yeah, freedom is literally just a choice. Like, sure, there's other stuff happening, but yeah, at the end of the day, you have to decide if you want to be free. You have to decide if, you know, you want to be a person that, you know, lives the life that they want to live. And then you're like, but I could just come.
It's like you wake up and you're like in the Matrix and you like take off the mask and you're like, Jesus Christ, what's going on? All right, I'm putting it back in.
Yeah.
Just put it back on, go back in.
Yeah, you like wake up for a brief moment, look at the sun, you're like, wow, it's true. All of that really was pointless. And the things I'm doing now don't really matter. And you're like, one more time, I gotta check.
Yeah, actually, I had a pretty good time at the club last night.
Yeah. Here, actually, I know my liver hurts, but give me another shot.
Yeah. Just came back from the Matrix.
It's like, wow, dude, I feel so depressed that I'm not doing anything I want to do. Well, why aren't you doing the things you don't want to do? Well, because I'm not choosing to do the things that I want to do. Wow, that sucks, bro. You know, you have all this power in your body to choose to do the things you want to do, and you're choosing to do the things you don't want to do. It's almost like you're creating this problem for yourself, where you could just like choose to do the things you want to do instead of, you know, doing the things you don't want to do that make you feel miserable, that you've consistently looked at statistically don't make you feel any better after you do them. It's almost like you need to have some sort of like delayed gratification or something. Maybe you should just like stop looking at the things that give you instant gratification, or like find a better way to balance them. But like you're not hard enough on yourself because, you know, in these freedom of choices and having the free will, you just continually choose the thing that makes you, you know, instantly feel gratified instead of working for it like a hardworking individual, like a real person.
Uh-huh. Nah, I'm gonna go jack off.
Yeah. Nah. Hit me with the 50 tabs, 5 multiple videos, all streaming 60 frames per second. Girls bouncing, girls jumping. Boobs.
I need a new graphics card.
Yeah.
Amazon.com. Debt.
Oh, I can split this payment into 20 easy payments. Sweet, I only make $1 a month anyways. Get me into the system.
Wait, you're telling me I can Oculus Rift and see it in VR?
Yeah. Hit me with interest. Hit me with debt. Hit me with buying things I don't need. Oh man, I feel so much validation when I'm buying things for materialistic needs that I don't really need. God, what is that, an advertisement for porn? Oh, shit, boys, we're going again. Fuck. Man, I don't understand why I'm so depressed, dude. I can't figure it out.
Dude, with that left titty?
Holy shit, is that some side boob from a slightly attractive actress? God, boys, I'm out for at least 10 days. Man, I don't understand why I don't have energy to do anything I want to do. Holy shit, is that a cartoon character?
Did I see some geometry?
Wow, the circular circumference of those round melons remind me of... You know, I just don't understand why life is so meaningless. Maybe I just need to have like a family and settle down for something that's like actually maybe if I just improve myself and then like attract the people that, you know, I really need in my life and get rid of these toxic individuals that don't really add anything to my life. Maybe if I found some sort of religion, something I could believe in. Nah, I think it's easier if I just jerk off.
Dude, look, the letter...
I'm out for at least 10